Hey, what's going on everyone? Gary Oak coming back at you once again with some more StarCraft Remastered action. In our last episode we finished off the Terran campaign beating Hammer Falls with relative ease except for some dodgy Goliath control because of the doodads. I have no idea what was up with that, honestly. I don't know, just Brood War things. But anyway, we're moving on to bigger things, which is the Zerg campaign. Oh, that's neat.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Behold that I shall set you amongst the greatest of my Cerebrus, that you might benefit from their wisdom and experience. Yet your purpose is unique. While they carry forth my will to the innumerable broods, you have but one charge entrusted to your care. For I have found a creature that may yet become the greatest of my agents. Even now, it resides within a protective chrysalis, awaiting its rebirth into the swarm. You must watch over the chrysalis and ensure that no harm comes to the creature within it. Go now, and keep safe my prize.
I don't know about you, but I can't stop staring at this crystal. This is really, really amazing and remastered.
The hatchery is the heart of any Zerg colony. It spontaneously generates lava, which in turn are used to spawn your various warriors and minions. Now, create a drone and start gathering resources.
Yes, Dad. Okay, good. I did remap some of the hotkeys.
Overlords provide control for your minions. As your forces grow in number, you must hatch more overlords to control them.
So this is a pretty simple standard mission where you just kill stuff.
Minerals. Select a lava and mutate it into an overlord.
I'm already on it. It's all good.
Warrior strains. You must generate the various hive structures.
Oh, save the Overlord.
The drones themselves mutate into these structures. Yet be careful. Never use your last drone to make a building.
But what if it's a hatchery? So basically, as far as I remember, this entire map is pretty much Terran. There might be an expansion like up around here, if we need it. Probably not. It's just a basic Zergling Hydra map, as far as I recall. So I had some pretty good builds for Terran, or at least pretty good unit compositions. I don't know how well I'll be able to carry that with Zerg. So we'll see if I can remember. As far as I know, a lot of Zergling Hydralist comps are pretty strong. Mutalisks are also really good for campaign missions. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can make Hydras.
Order your drone to become a spawning pool.
Oh, they didn't fix the trigger. It's still...
Notice that structures can only implant themselves upon the creep.
So, the game still thinks that I can build a spawning pool at 150 resources.
Colonies to extend the creep, but only a hatchery can be built upon open ground.
It's really hard to give commentary when Dagoth is telling you how to play Zerg the whole time. But I guess that's to be expected. And actually, that's a little interesting fact that a lot of people might not know, is that spawning pools used to cost 150 minerals, but they had to nerf it early on in the game. Because one thing that you might know about StarCraft 1 is that it's really famous for how well balanced it is, but the issue is, it wasn't always that way. It was actually really poorly balanced until I think 2001. I think one of the 2001 patches was a huge balance patch that really solved most of the game's issues. I bound Sunkens to E, alright. May as well get some sunks here. And one of the outstanding issues really early on was on certain maps. I think maps were smaller back then too, I think.
I am Saz. I too am a cerebrate of the Overmind. I have located a small band of Terrans who could threaten the Chrysalis and the Hive Cluster. You must not allow them to leave here alive.
Oh, that's right, I didn't have the objective to do this yet. See, just random brown Terran. The remnants of the Confederacy. May as well build a macro hatch somewhere. Because I need Hydras. I absolutely need Hydras. So, as I was saying, on a smaller map, a 4 pool, which is basically you don't do anything with your, you don't build anything with your larva. You just take your 4 drones, harvest minerals until you get 150 of them, and then afterward, you just build a spawning pool, and then you make 6 Zerglings, and just rush and kill them. Other races could not hold off a 4 pool because it hit too early. They had to nerf spawning pool costs by 50 minerals, and this was very early on. Like, I don't know how many patches in. It was like, you could look at the patch notes. It was very few patches. But, yeah, see, minerals up here. That looks unsafe, though. I think they're gonna hit you from the ridge. So I have to do something about that. So yeah, they had to make that change. Which is... and they never updated the original campaign, as far as I know, to require 200 minerals for that little notification to say, hey, you can build a spawning pool. I wonder how many people that actually confuses. Or like, wait, what's he talking about? Why does it say I can build a spawning pool now? Oh, look at that perfect timing. That perfect extractor drone transfer timing. Just gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Small victories where you can get them, right? Oh, BC is creep. There we go. I remapped the hotkeys quite a while ago, so I don't exactly remember what all my keys were. I think 1 spore should be fine right there. I can build spores, right? Yes, I can. No! Don't lose the drones! Alright, we're good. I think that's fine right now. That should be enough drones, so I need to get some overlords now. This is probably... actually, there's no probably about it, it's very unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. So there is one little tip I have to give you, is you generally want to get armor first for Zerg. The reason why is, it's... a lot of it has to do with Zerglings, I think. As far as I remember, you, like, basically... if you have the 1 armor, it makes it so it takes like an extra hit from several units to kill a Zergling until they get upgraded, so you want to kind of do that to make your lings just last a lot longer.
Spawn more overlords, require more minerals.
Because, at least with the comp I'm going, I'm going to want a lot of Hydralisks, and I need to be able to protect the Hydras, right? So If I want to, like, the only thing I can really use to protect them is Zerglings for now. The one fun thing about Zerg is, like, the awful control groups. Like, half the time, I don't even... It's like, why should I even bother doing control groups? Because it's just hopeless. Since you have so many units to control all the time. Alright, let's get Hydra range. I'm not sure what's better to get first, Hydra range or Hydra speed. Because for defense, like it is really hard to say. Like, it also depends on what you're facing, right? Like, if you're against Dragoons, then if Dragoons have the upgrade, that's obviously a huge advantage for them. Like, their range upgrade. Same with Marines, right? Because I think they all have 5 range and they get +1 from their range upgrade. So you have a massive advantage if you can, I guess it depends on how much, like, you actually have to move the Hydras. Like, if you have to respond to something or not. And, yeah, I got the Spore because I think they have a starport somewhere. Now, I have 2 options. Oh, they are sending stuff from there. That's fine. Oh god, slow Hydras. That is actually painful to watch, how slow that was. Guess I can send another Overlord up there. I'll just be really sad if they start hitting me with Wraiths, though. That would not be very fun. Alright. No more of this slow-ass Hydra shit. We're getting speed. Almost have a full dozen Hydras. I just need to go in with a ton of Lings and overwhelm them. Just flood them with Lings and keep sending Lings in so I can use Hydras to just kind of actually deal the damage.
Spawn more overlords.
Oh, that's annoying. There we go. What evolution was that? Let's get missile attacks, because again, Hydras are going to be dealing the most DPS in this army. No! No! My Ling! He had so much to live for. One thing I'm pleasantly pleased with is the amount of money I have. It's really, really low. You want to keep your money low. If you're keeping your money low, like, if you're playing at this level, like the level I'm playing at, as long as you can keep your money low and you actually have a proper saturation on your base, that's good. Like, you're doing fine. All this fancy stuff, like, you can worry about that later, you know. If you can just macro decently and build up an army, that's all you really need to worry about. Because doing that in StarCraft 1 is actually really hard. Why is that drone stopped? Please don't tell me he was idle the whole time. I'm probably actually going to go up here, and I think there might be a back door. If there is a back door, we'll be good. So what I'm going to do is wait until I get +1 rain missile attacks, so I get 1/1 Hydras and 0/1 Zerglings, and I can start +1 melee attacks. I don't really care if it finishes or not, though. It seems like those Marines don't have range on their weapons. Okay, they're still 0/0, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they upgrade at all. It's kind of hard to say what the AI does in these maps because they all have custom scripts. I might have mentioned that earlier. And if they have custom scripts, then it's not like insane or hard or whatever type of AI that you're used to. Probably build a couple of those. Do we want to make a macro hatch? I don't know, like, I'm kind of running out of minerals here, so I don't think a macro hatch is a good idea. It's almost time to go, though. I also made a mistake here. I made 2 overlords from there. instead of 1 from each, because hatcheries have a cap of 3 larvae, and there's no, like in SC2, but there's no larva injects, so it would have been wiser for me to do that so I actually have more efficient larva usage. That's one thing I have to work on this campaign, is I'm probably going to be working on larva management quite a lot. So we're getting there, slowly. It's kind of boring to macro up, but hey, you gotta do it. I keep wanting to build more and more hydras because I have so much gas. And I'm trying to keep my gas count a little low. But at this point, I'm just gonna want to go Zerglings. Alright, so we got that. Yeah, we're spending minerals as fast as we mine them now, because we only have 3 patches. So this should be group number 5. So I guess... Alright, so we got that selected. Just got my screen... I wanted to get my screen region all picked out there. That is a really inconvenient gas geyser. Look at that. Aha, so they do have wraiths.
Our forces are under attack.
They're probably gonna die if I send them down there. It really depends on how many units they strip to, like they strip from down here to reinforce up top. I'm getting stuck on the ramp, aren't I? Yeah, I am. It'll correct itself. See, ramps are really awful in StarCraft 1. They just block you so badly. Alright, so we got more, just reinforcing down there, down there. This part of the base is gone. Yeah, easy. Well, it's the first mission of Zerg, I mean, what do you expect? This Zerg campaign actually has a few fairly tricky levels that people have trouble with, but that should be it, I think. Yep. The blistering 97 APM. My APM just kind of drops when I'm just sitting there and I've, like, nothing to do. I mean, yeah, I could just spam the buttons, but no real point. So, since it was a short map, I'll play the second map, too, in this video. Get him out of the way nice and fast.
I am well pleased, young Cerebrit, and so long as my prize remains intact, I shall remain pleased. Thus its life and yours shall be made as one. As it prospers, so shall you, for you are part of the swarm. If ever your flesh should fail, that flesh shall be made anew. That is my covenant with all Cerebrits. Now you have grown strong enough to bear the rigors of warp travel with the swarm. Thus we shall make our exit from this blasted world and secure the chrysalis within the hive cluster upon the planet Char.
Remnants of the Protoss fleet still linger within this planet's orbit. They will attempt to block our exodus at every turn.
My brood shall aid you, Cerebrid, should you require assistance.
I'd kind of like to see more of the other Cerebrits. I don't know about you. Oh yeah, these rescuable guys, they're just kind of sitting there for now. But we get Mutalisks. That's the important thing. And now we get the first of many Zerg versus Protoss.
As you will, Cerebrid. They will serve you unquestioningly. Go now, and bring swift wrath to all who would oppose the swarm.
So I get some pretty decent early defense from these units. And I forget the exact layout of this map. I don't know if that's a good rally point. At least not for now. I'm just building drones. There we go. So I can probably scout with these units here. I just gotta make sure not to lose the Mutalisks. I want to see if there's a place I can expand. I'd rather expand than build a macro hatch. Okay, let's not lose that. Let's be careful here. Now there is a Protoss base, and we can take it out. I'm not sure if I want to. I might. Oh, that's sloppy. That is so sloppy. At least I'm not getting hit by Archons. Alright, good. One thing that annoyed me about this map are how many angles the Protoss can hit you from. So yeah, I really am not sure. And what's interesting is, like I touched on this earlier in the Terran campaign, is that you pretty much mainly play TVT for some reason. In the Terran campaign, you play against Zerg a little bit, and you play against Protoss kind of once, but you don't actually get to see Protoss very much at all in the Terran campaign. I might actually have to build a macro hatch here just to get more efficient gas extraction. Because, you know, StarCraft 1, it's the king of really, really terribly placed bases. It looks more natural, I guess, but it's really annoying.
Require more minerals.
So all we're really doing is just building up a good economy here. And I gotta keep these Hydras on their toes, even though they don't have any toes. So I think I'll start with just using 3 drones on that gas geyser, and when I want more I'll just build another hatch next to it. Probably like right here. So basically, I think we only play against Terran like once. Is that right? I think the next mission is like one of the only Zerg versus Terrans, and everything else is just Zerg versus Protoss pretty much the whole rest of the way through. It's kind of neat when you think about it. It's a little repetitive though. But oh well.
Require more minerals.
Okay, Hydra Den. Need to get Hydra speed. I'm not sure if I want to go mute. I don't know if 5k gas, not quite. Going mutus off one gas geyser is not that fun, so I probably won't do that. It'll take too long to get a good Mutalisk group, so I'll probably go with the ground-based attack. If they don't have Reavers, I can easily just push through to this beacon easily. Like, I can just crush everything with, you know, laying Hydra. That's enough drones, I think. Yeah, and again, gases are limiting factor here. I think you technically can just rush here with your hunter killers if you use them properly. I think there's like a speedrun strat you can do with that. But again, I'm not usually gonna do speedrun strats because it kind of, unless they're really funny, because it usually just takes the fun out of the, you know, the fun out of the playthrough, right? Or at least for me. And I figure, you know, if you wanted to watch someone speedrun through Brood War, you could find people who are way, way more talented at it than me and who can actually speedrun this game. So I'm not going for, like, crazy speedrun shenanigans. Oh, I need an evolution chamber. That's what I need. And a lair at some point. I don't need a lair for a while, though. Because as of right now, I'm kind of capped on gas, and I'm just gonna dump my mineral bank. On Lings, and I'll basically just stick with that. I'm gonna get speed eventually, though. Although, I think I'm gonna opt to get, like, Carapace or something first. So that means I have to halt Hydra production for now. Which does kind of suck, but what can you do? If I'm not planning on expanding, I can always use excess drones as my minerals dwindle to just make more colonies. I'm not going to invest too much in static defense, but I may as well get something. Get some sunks, get a spore. I'm not sure if sunks used to have 400 health. I have a feeling they used to, but then they had to nerf it because 400 health on sunk was just too overpowered because they deal, you know, they deal so much damage. I'm not sure if they messed with sunk damage at all either. Alright, good. We're capped on, like, minerals are our issue right now, which is fine. I am fine having that problem. Let's see, I got like one decent mineral cluster there. I just wish there was an expansion somewhere. I really don't know if there is one. But I guess they're not expecting you to like play a proper macro game here at all. But I enjoy playing proper macro games. So I'm probably going to do the same thing as I did before, just go and I give 1-1. So while I get up, like between upgrades, I'm just going to make more Hydras. And then I'm not mineral starved anymore, or I don't have a mineral surplus anymore, I should say. So I can actually just get a lot of Hydras. I can spend some gas on Ling speed though. Since I have enough gas to the point where I can afford it. Again, I'm trying to get, if I make 2 or 3 Hydras, I try and get 1 larva from each hatchery. So I can kind of maximize larva usage here. Although I'm spending so much money that it, like, I'm pretty much broke perpetually. Which is, again, what you want. Just practice the basics. Okay, that's the second group of Hydras. I just need to make nice boxable groups of Lings here. Gonna need another Overlord very soon. What's nice is supply management as Zerg is a lot easier than Terran because it's a lot less, oh, that's not good. No! Drones, no! Too slow. Too slow. Alright, good. I didn't miss the upgrade. That is what I was afraid of. I want to save 100 for the missile attack so I can start right away. There you go. Start that up. So I'm going to have 36 Hydralisks and a couple dozen Lings. Lings will probably die really fast. But that's the idea. So, three dozen Hydras, including a nice complement of Hunter Killers. Probably build an Overlord right now. Gotta get 150 for lair. Not sure if that was the right hatch to morph to lair. Probably this one would have been better, but oh well. Oh well. I'm kind of broke, so I need to go soon, actually. I might not be able to have the luxury of waiting all this time. I can get Burrow, but I don't really care about Burrow. Does not matter. I wish I remembered what my Burrow hotkey was. I forget if I set it to B or R. Instead of, I think, U is the default hotkey. Something like that.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
One more mineral trip, and another Hydra. It's quite monotonous building this much shit, but... So it looks like a very short path, like right to here. Doesn't seem too bad. Wow, I can't even upgrade Overlord speed? What is this? I'm stuck with the Sloverlords. No one likes the Sloverlords, man. That's one thing that StarCraft 2 players might not realize about StarCraft 1, but look how slow these guys go. It's awful. And they used to be around this speed in StarCraft 2, but then they buffed it. Oh, we're supply capped. Which is A-okay. That's a fourth group of Hydras. We're getting minerals so slowly here. I think I'll just send this in here.
Our forces are under attack.
You know, lead with the Lings. Overwhelm that. I thought I ordered them to attack, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I did, maybe they just stopped moving because they're cosplaying as Dragoons. I don't know. Dragoons like to just not attack at all.
We require more minerals.
High ground advantage is always nice. I can let that guy tank the damage. Because he has armor. Armor's actually double effective against Zealots because Zealots have, they deal 16 damage, right? But it's 8 times 2, so if you have armor, it's 7 times 2, if that makes sense.
Our forces are under minerals.
It makes a huge difference. And that's, like, a big reason why you want to go armor first as Zerg, most of the time. I'm just going pure Hydra, it looks like. Not paying any regard to Lings. Looks like a Protoss counterattack up here.
Our forces are under attack.
Which is nice, there's no Zealots, so my Hydras are just gonna shred these units. It's interesting how insistent they were to kill my drones with those Dragoons.
Our forces are under attack. We require more minerals.
I'm actually getting used to the screen hotkeys. That's another thing I need to work on, is just keep using the screen hotkeys more. Oh, I have more links there. I'll just send them in. Needlisk, I can scout around with him, I guess. I think I will kill this base just for shits and giggles. Because why not? I just have to make sure I can cross the bridge safely. Since I don't think they have Reavers on this map, I'm comfortable going in with this.
Our forces are under attack. Require more minerals.
Alright, good. It'll also cause them to strip the defenses of the Chrysalis a lot, because I don't think they have very many photon cannons there. It's mainly like Zealots and Dragoons. So since that's the case, I can just waltz a drone up there, not have to worry. Oh boy, counterattack from the random units. Good thing I've been rebuilding at home. So we're in good shape. Yep, that looks like everything. I'll just send this unit of hunter killers over there. I can't even upgrade Carapace because it's like 225, I think, for level 2 Carapace. Yeah, it's 225. Okay, so they didn't quite send everything after me, but pretty close. Pretty close. So if there's nothing else here, I can just send this drone, grab that, and move here. Yeah, I think that's actually all of the Protoss. There's nothing left on the map for me to do now except just take the drone and just do the old victory lap.
Require more minerals.
And once again, like, so much gas. Look at this mineral bank, though. I kind of wish this map had an expansion on it, but oh well. I guess it's because there's like so few Protoss units. If you just go around like a certain path, you can circumvent nearly everything and just kind of take a guerrilla squad and try and push there. But it's also fun to just make a massive amount of units and just crush them like this. Protoss is going to get a lot more obnoxious to deal with in later maps, though, let me tell you.
Prepare yourself, Cerebrate. Your first jump through warp space could be unsettling.
Cerebrate, prepare yourself. Oh, Zaz. So much fun getting to destroy that guy's brood later on in the campaign. But anyway, this has been Gary Oak. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Mission 3, as well as, I think, a cinematic leading into it. So yeah, awesome times. Cheers.